So we're starting with a hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can go back and forth with those video recordings and edit.
Okay.
Hello! I'm Tellu.
And I'm John. So we're here, the purpose of this video is to show you just an introduction of who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing it. Now this video is coming a little bit after a few of our publications, a few videos that we've already published. And the reason is because I created a great intro video. We brought our girls out here, a couple of our daughters out here, our dog, and had just a great intro video all set up and going, and someone screwed up the audio. So
Yes.
we lost functionally the intro video. We got some nice images.
Oh, we did, yes.
We got some great images.
We had animals involved, butterflies and turtles.
There's
and
a butterfly moment,
Yes.
unscripted. We didn't hire that butterfly.
passion fruits. Oh,
So anyway, this is our official intro video for who we are and what we're doing out here. We are basically, our goal is to escape the suburbs effectively, to escape debt, to get ourselves out of debt completely. Now we've been pretty responsible, I think. We haven't gone into debt, commercial consumer debt at all, other than our mortgage and the land. So our mortgage and our land is all tied up into a single loan, but we haven't really been irresponsible. At the same time, I feel personally kind of stressed about having debt over my head.
yeah, I don't think so much about it, but yes, John is. And I agree. I mean, how wonderful is life without being debt-free?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you've ever run the calculation of how much your life costs without a mortgage and, without a land loan or whatever you might have.
Or car
it's
loan
just-
even. We have 3 cars without any loan on them.
No loans, yeah.
Yeah.
But we know, everyone, it's totally normal to have loans, and we know a lot of people with them. But if you ever calculate how much your life costs without debt, it's just immensely lower than you could ever even think. So we're coming out here to build a house by ourselves, debt-free.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Is what it amounts to. So
Yes.
our initial plan, well, let's talk about when we bought the land. Because it wasn't recently. We didn't just buy it.
It was years ago. And we had tried so many times to start, but somehow it wasn't the time for it yet. But how did we find the property? That was also like just by chance almost.
Right, we found the property on Zillow of all places, which you think like that would be the last place to find something.
Because it goes fast, right?
Yeah,
if it's a good price. Yeah.
So we found it on Zillow. It was on the day it was listed. Tellu just happened to be looking at Zillow, and I think I was ridiculing you, saying like, "Why look at Zillow?" I mean, like a million people have already tried to buy it. If it's on Zillow,
It will be gone.
so I'm an idiot. But we ended up seeing it the day it was listed. I came out here before I even told you. I came out here without telling you because I took the morning off work just to see it.
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
looked intriguing. It looked very intriguing. And then I looked at all the topography and I thought, man, that's like
Yeah. Nearly 10 acres.
10 acres. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And we had been looking for several months before that.
And I was writing letters because I thought like, oh, well,
I did too, yeah.
you need an inn. You need
Yeah.
you need to find the land that no one's thinking about listing. But then, so we were handwriting letters and sending letters around town.
Yeah, because we found some property that nobody lived in, obviously, and we found out who owned it, and we just kind of tried that, hey, we would be interested in buying it, but that wasn't very fruitful. No, I mean we did get one response, but yeah.
Saying thanks, but no thanks.
Yes.
So we found it on Zillow. I came out here that day. We put an offer in that evening because it was super dense. I mean, it was just so wooded, and it was really hard to figure out. But
yeah,
I just had the gut feeling that was the right place. So we put an offer in and closed like within a week. It was just super fast.
Yeah.
Now this is 3 or 4 years ago, and since then, I mean, I'm so glad we bought it. It was hard to find land back then, where we live in our particular part of the world.
Yes.
We're in the States, but
and now especially.
Oh man.
And the prices have just like shot up.
So I feel like we bought at the right time. We just weren't ready to get out
not
here.
yet. Yeah.
I think nothing had just fallen together and come together. Now, obviously, if you look behind us and you've seen the videos prior, from the very beginning of taping, it's looked like this. It's looked like, well, someone's done something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that all of that has happened since we purchased the land, and I've paid cash for this work step by step. I've had two sessions of land clearing, the big one and then a smaller one back there in the corner.
Right.
So
burning some wood.
Yeah, we've basically burnt the wood to get rid of it, which is an entire adventure in and of itself.
Scary.
Yeah, a little bit. So you've seen that things have happened, but this has been the culmination of 3 or 4 years of paying cash for clearing, paying cash for rental equipment to grade. I've done the rough grading myself. So it's all been very much DIY'd to date, just not documented. But now we're ready to, now everything with this virus thing and everything that's going on right now, it has all come together for us to make it the appropriate time to, it's all come together for us to make it the appropriate time to start building debt-free. So.
Do you want to just tell why?
Oh, so yeah, at the beginning, late spring, early summer, late spring, when this whole virus thing hit, I mean, my company basically packed its bags. It was a European company that, you know, our staffing levels over the past few years had roughly halved. So they were already on the, you know, there were already some problematic signs with sales and things. So, but by the time this virus hit, they just packed their bags and left North America completely. I think they left one sales guy in Detroit who is not even technically their employee, is like a division or a subsidiary employee. So they
John
basically
lost his job. And
everything just ended. Now I'm looking, and if I get, you know, freelance work, come into the sun, and if I get freelance work, I'll take it, of course. I mean, I'm trying to keep those contacts up and running. But it occurred to me as we're putting these plans together, and prior to being fired, we were going to build a quite large house. Large in my mind, 2,800 square feet is pretty big. And before that, we were going to just do the traditional, get a mortgage. Now we have been saving for 3 or 4 years, like as much as we can, because me again, I have an aversion to debt. I just don't like the idea. It makes me stressed. I feel risk when there's debt.
That makes sense too. Yeah.
So we've been diligently saving. Then I lost my job, so it didn't make sense to build a big house right now, because we couldn't do it for debt free. How much were the quotes we were getting?
585,000, so almost 600,000.
It's like
we were thinking maybe and we were probably thinking like closer to, I don't know, 350. That's what we honestly thought. So it came as a shock, and we would not be able to swing that.
I was thinking we could take the equity from our house when we sold it and our savings and get fairly close to that 350, close enough that I would feel okay about it. But then quotes came in at 600 grand. And that's even before the lumber price problem. That's even before the virus.
And so John, you had the thought that why paying basically if you find a job?
Yeah, so I could find a job tomorrow, next week. All my coworkers, you know, my industry is fine. It's not a dying industry at all. My coworkers have found jobs. It wouldn't be a huge issue. I think I could within a couple months find a good position, no problem. But then it occurs to you, like, we've been saving diligently for 3 to 4 years. So we basically have some money there ready to build. We can't afford to build a giant house. So why not take that cash and just build a small house here that was going to be where the shop is going to be. We were going to have a shop kind of in a 90-degree angle to the house, a little shop.
Yeah, so not just giving up on the big house at all. That's not what John is meaning, no.
First, just to get out here.
No, but I said we are not giving up on the big house, and you said not yet.
No, not yet.
That's what you said. We are not giving up on the big house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we start small.
We just want to get out here.
Because
debt-free.
John does rather want to put the money towards this than getting paid and giving that money that he makes straight to someone who is building it instead.
Yeah.
Right?
So why get a job that pays me 80 grand or whatever it is, 60 to 80, and then pay someone 60, 80 to build a house for us that we have to go into debt for? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So John wants to build it himself.
So
maybe with some help from here and there.
Yeah, so we're going to take this time that I'm without a job and we have savings. We're going to take this time I'm just going to build it by hand, build this house.
I feel like it was meant to be, the whole thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to figure it out along the way, and I'm not a construction guy, clearly.
Yeah.
You've seen the past few videos, clearly I'm not a construction guy.
But he has built a shed in our suburbs there, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful shed.
It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's the best shed ever.
Yes. Okay, so this is going to be where the small house will be.
So we're standing...
You call it the studio...
Shop house.
Shop
I'm
house.
going to call it the shop house.
The shop house.
But it's really going to be a small house. It's going to be about 880-ish, 860, 880 square feet. So not a tiny home. Definitely not a tiny home.
Yeah.
I mean, 880 square feet is sufficient for, I mean, you can pack.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in Europe, that's normal.
Yeah.
But we are a family of 6.
Yep.
So, but one is in college, so 3 kids and us would need to fit in there. But I believe it's doable.
Oh, yeah.
We have been in an Airbnb that was that size, or maybe even a little bit bigger. And we had plenty of space. I mean, and we have land. I mean, we'll make a nice little the deck or something. That'll be like an extra living room there.
Yeah. So we're excited to just build this by hand, take this moment in time to use the best, use it for what we can, take it for what we can, and just not be too stressed. And the push to go debt free is big in my mind. So I think we can. I think we have the cash to build this small home without even selling our current home. And then once we sell our current home, we can dry in.
Yeah. So we move into this house, little one, and so we can sell that, our suburb house,
and use the equity to start in on the original. Yeah. The original
and
house.
we build as far as that equity lasts.
Yeah.
Hopefully dried out, right?
Dried in.
Dried in.
You could dry it out too.
And then we are going to continue when we cash flows in again a little bit.
And so then we'll just cash flow the build. And so this to me, I don't know why I didn't even think about it until we lost the job here, but this for me makes sense. It just makes sense. And I've found that this is going to be a relief for me personally. In the past couple weeks that I've been out here working, I feel just I feel invigorated. I'm tired and sore as anything, but I feel invigorated, like I have a purpose and a mission now. So I feel really cool.
That's a new word for me. That was a fancy word.
What?
That word. Vigorous?
Invigorated?
Invigorated. Beautiful word. I've never heard it before.
So I feel that we're doing the right thing for this time and place right now. So, but we're glad that if you're still here, we're glad. 15 minutes in, we're really glad to have you, and really hope that you can join us in this journey, because we're going to have fun with it, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard, I think, but I think we're both up for it and excited to get started.
Oh, yeah.
But step by step, piece by piece, we're gonna do it. Oh, you wanna?
Did you want to show where we actually are going to be, the big build?
Yep. So
or from here maybe can I
show and
something that I'm excited about is somewhere there where the trees are now. John already went with the skid steer, made a little path to my future orchard.
Yep.
Which is it's not just that we want to be debt free, but I would love to be a lot of self-sufficient too.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
are going to have chickens. Well, we eat the eggs, not the chickens. So the chickens for the eggs.
We may eat the chickens. We don't know yet.
Yeah, and if you would learn to like goat milk, we could have a goat. And yeah, and then the orchard. We are in an area in the United States where we can have peach trees, pecans, passion fruit, and what else?
All
Tons
sorts
of good
things.
stuff, yeah. And then we'll have a garden, right? A real garden.
Yeah.
So, okay, but now I'll walk over where our big house will be in the future, right?
We'll just show. So we're sitting.
You think? Is it showing?
I can pan over there. So
You want
right now,
you don't want
Tellu's
me to
sitting at, basically Tellu's standing at the entrance. And you can see I've rough graded it a little bit. So in the past videos, you've seen that I've rough graded it to some degree. And then it's going to be quite like a shotgun house. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's
I know.
It's only going to be 16 feet wide.
Yeah, okay, and narrow and long.
Yeah. 50 feet.
Which, with having a little screened-in porch, will though make it a little more, you know, kind of seeming wider, because it'll be our summer living room.
Yep. And then if you want to point over there, I'll pan to that.
What if I walk there? Can you stay here and I'll show where?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll walk.
You don't need to walk. Okay. So where does our shop house end?
Right
Here?
about here.
This, okay, and then we will have, this is not going to be, but grass, hopefully.
And then the garden's down there.
Garden down there. This will be a screened-in porch of the big house.
Yeah, you can see I've put stakes in.
Yes. And this is going to be kitchen and the living room, right? Is that the living room here?
Yep.
I mean, oh, here you can see nicely the path you made to the orchard.
Yeah. No, it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. It's going to be hard to see with the camera. I can't see anything.
It probably would show.
There.
Okay. All right. Yep. Because not only do I want an orchard and a garden, I would like to have a sauna too.
Oh yeah.
So I want a sauna somewhere down there. It's a big part of my culture.
There's
Having
going to
a
be
sauna.
a lot of projects. So.
For years and years. This will be a never-ending thingy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good.
All right. Let's sign off because we're on 20 minutes now almost. So.
All right. Okay.
So we'll sign off, and thanks for joining us, and keep an eye out for the next set of videos.
Yeah.
And
we're going to have
subscribe.
more like hands-on, like sleeves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again.
All right. Bye.